When you picture the ideal European coastal escape, you are likely picturing something exactly like this: the walled city of Dubrovnik, sitting right against the vivid blue of the Adriatic Sea. For over a decade, travel guides and early travel bloggers positioned this exact coastline as a specific kind of destination, the ultimate budget-friendly alternative to the heavy price tags of Italy or Greece. But applying that pre-2023 travel advice to a modern itinerary is why people end up completely exhausting their vacation funds within days of arrival. We can map out exactly why this happens on a simple chart. The old consensus, the budget myth, assumed you could travel here during peak summer while keeping daily costs remarkably low. But due to economic shifts, the reality of that exact July trip moves sharply into the highest possible cost bracket. Assuming prices are still low forces you into a corner once you land. You end up actively compromising on your meals, your lodging, and your daily activities, stripping away the relaxation you traveled halfway across the world to find. The math gets especially punishing during a specific 8-week window. This is the peak season price explosion that hits perfectly across July and August. During these 2 months, base prices don't just inch up. The rates for a standard hotel room and a mid-tier dinner run on aggressive multipliers compared to what you would pay for the exact same services in May or October. And the financial cost is only half the equation. The physical toll of navigating tens of thousands of daily cruise ship passengers pouring into narrow, sun-baked historic alleys entirely erases the quiet Mediterranean vibe. You face a rigid trade-off. If you want the iconic summer beach weather, you must surrender your budget efficiency and your personal space. This doesn't mean you should cancel your plans. It means your satisfaction relies entirely on matching your specific travel style to the country's new economic constraints. To budget correctly, we first have to look at the map. Croatia's best assets are strung out along a highly elongated, fragmented coastline. This is Zagreb, the inland capital. Many travelers start their itineraries here, attempting to connect northern hubs all the way down to the southern islands in a single ambitious sweep. Covering that massive vertical distance forces you to spend significant portions of your vacation sitting on long-haul buses or navigating rental cars down winding coastal roads. If we track this on a friction scorecard, the sheer layout of the coastal geography immediately creates a moderate fatigue level for any multi-city traveler. That friction multiplies when you arrive at high-demand southern hubs, like the waterfront city of Split. Cities like Split and Dubrovnik are constrained by ancient stone walls and a strict geographic footprint. There is a hard cap on the number of hotel rooms available inside these historic centers, creating a severe supply bottleneck. As demand surges in the summer, you have 2 options: pay exorbitant luxury rates for the few rooms in the center, or book cheaper lodging far outside the city limits and drastically increase your daily commute times. The geography dictates the terms. You either spend cash to buy back your time, or you sacrifice your time to protect your cash. But the final factor that eliminated the budget-friendly reputation happened right here, in 2023, when Croatia officially adopted the euro.
Transacting in the euro immediately tied local Croatian prices to standard Western European inflation rates. Restaurants and operators adjusted their menus to align with continental benchmarks. For years, tourists relied on geo-arbitrage. They used stronger currencies, like the US dollar or the British pound, to buy the local Croatian kuna, which stretched their purchasing power, allowing them to live luxuriously for a fraction of the cost. The moment the euro took over, that math stopped working. The leverage of geo-arbitrage in Croatia is officially dead. Looking back at our scorecard, this currency shift drives the financial friction up to high. There is one distinct upside. Crossing borders and managing logistics across multiple European countries is now remarkably seamless without the hassle of currency exchanges. But the cost of that convenience is clear. You must now budget for a week in Croatia exactly as you would budget for a week in France or Italy. Knowing these structural costs, we can use this matrix to see exactly who Croatia makes sense for based on your priority. If your priority is high-end scenery, culinary experiences, and a romantic coastal aesthetic, the path leads right back to Croatia, but only under specific conditions. This traveler profile still extracts maximum return on investment here, provided they pull one specific lever: timing. By utilizing the shoulder seasons, specifically May or September, you take a slight risk on the water temperature in exchange for entirely dodging the peak crowds and the pricing multipliers. If your budget is completely unconstrained and timing doesn't matter, you can easily pivot this exact travel style over to the premium tiers of the Greek or Italian coasts, like Santorini shown here. But for flexible couples, shifting your dates by just 4 weeks protects the 5-star Croatian resort experience without triggering the summer penalty. The math breaks down entirely for the second profile: travelers locked strictly into July and August who also have a hard budget ceiling. Forcing a Croatian itinerary under these two constraints guarantees high stress and low satisfaction. Looking back at our matrix, combining peak summer dates with a strict budget requires a total pivot, specifically to Antalya, Turkey. This alternative delivers expansive beaches and dramatic mountain backdrops that rival the Adriatic. Because Turkey operates on a different currency structure, Antalya preserves the sprawling coastal resort experience while keeping your daily expenses well within a strict budget. Finally, we have the traveler whose primary goal is unspoiled wilderness, hiking, and deep nature, rather than beach clubs or historic city walls. Paying the premium for Croatian coastal real estate makes absolutely zero financial sense if your main objective is to spend your days in a forest. The travel matrix routes this nature-focused traveler straight to Slovenia. Slovenia offers top-tier European natural landscapes, like the Vintgar Gorge seen here. It delivers dense, high-quality outdoor immersion without the inflated coastal pricing. Croatia offers one of the best coastal experiences in Europe, but treating it like a budget hack will ruin your trip. True travel success requires looking at the numbers, checking your priorities, and pivoting when the math dictates.